Hey there, Carrie Rhodes here, your paper crafting enthusiast. In today's card making video, I am going all out with the Easter treats. I've got a shaker, cupcakes, mini eggs, Peeps. It's so much fun. So I want to jump right in today with the background on this card using this Lots of Dots stencil from Trinity Stamps and Seabreeze ink from Altenail. So this panel is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And you can see the stencil fits on there perfectly. There is going to be a little spot at the bottom where the polka dots don't go all the way to the edge, but I have a plan for that, so stay tuned. So let's put this on with the new blending brushes from Trinity Stamps. I love that they have the short fat handle, the large brush on the end. It's so soft and domed, and I just love stenciling with it because it makes it like quick and easy work. So, and it has a lid. Next, I left the stencil in place and splattered it with white paint. I really wanted that like speckled egg feel in the background of my card. So we'll set that aside to dry and bring in this super cool die set. It is a cupcake card maker set, but you can also use these dies to make a cupcake, a giant cupcake. And I used the double scoop paper for my frosting, even though it's supposed to kind of look like ice cream. I think it could also be frosting. So that's what I'm going for today. And now I want ice cream. Okay, so for my cupcake, I am using some E markers. You can see E23 is a little dry, so I brought in E13, and I'm using that to put a base down. And then I'm just going to kind of build up the color. I want the bottom of the cupcake to be darker, and then it gets lighter as it goes towards the top. So I'll just repeat adding in these layers until I get the look that I want. Another thing I love to do when coloring cake is to make some flecks and dots in there, and that just gives it kind of the look of real cake, where you've got those little pockets of air that have burst open while the cake was baking. And so that's the look I'm going for. I did actually come back with E49 later off camera and add in a few darker dots once this ink just settled into the paper. Next, I am taking Y19 and adding some shadowing to my cupcake paper. Now, this die presses lines into the paper, so you can easily add the shadowing in, or you could leave it. It looks fine. But there's also lines in the frosting, so I took advantage of that also and went around with my E04 marker on this piece and then added some shadowing in where those lines are pressed into the paper. It makes it so easy. So if you're like not really sure about how you would color this, use some colored paper and just follow those embossed lines to add in the shadowing. It really brings it to life. I love this look, and I think the cupcake with that patterned paper that looks so realistic looks better with the shadowing on all the things. So there is the cupcake all put together. So cute. So next we need a piece that my cupcake and things can sit on. So I decided to go with some grass and bright green. This is the Great Outdoors Slimline die set. I use that really long border of grass, and I think this just, I don't know, I love Easter grass, and you hide things outside, so I felt this was the perfect thing, not only for my scene, but to cover up that part of my card where the polka dots didn't quite go all the way to the edge. So now let's add on the cupcake paper and the cupcake itself so that I can do some die cutting and make a little shaker on this card. And you can see when you put that cupcake on, it has the same edge as the paper, so it lines up perfectly. All right, so what I'm going to do is bring in this die set. It's called the Bunny Egg Shaker. This is what it makes. I made some cute treat holders with this in another video. You can see it right here. If you missed that video, I'll have it linked for you at the end of this one, and you can watch it next. So for the shaker, I'm taking that solid egg die and die cutting a window into this card. And that is going to be where my shaker will go. But you can see I wanted that cupcake down first, so it looked like the egg was sitting in front of the cupcake. So now we can add on our frosting and then build our shaker. So I'm flipping this over, adding my window sheet to the back to cover up that window, and then I can build a little reservoir to hold my shaker bits. And to do that, I will need some foam tape. This is foam tape from Huffy Doodle. It comes in 2 widths. So this is the skinnier width of tape. It's 5 millimeters, I believe. And I'm just creating a little box right around that window that my shaker bits cannot escape from. These are the Sugared Surprise shaker bits. They have the clay shaker pieces that look like sprinkles, and then those are the dark brown pieces. Then they have the ones that are more round, and those are like kind of plasticky and just bright colors. I probably used about half of the container, but I was just wanting to be so extra on this card and do all the things, and so sometimes you just gotta splurge, you gotta go for it. You know, it's not going to hurt my feelings if I have to buy more sprinkles. So I added a brown back to this, so I've got a lighter brown, and that allows those dark brown shaker bits to kind of show up more. Now for the top of this, I'm adding the ears and legs to one framed piece, and then I'm going to sandwich the other framed piece over the top. And you can see I'm using both a dark brown and a light brown. It's just like dark chocolate and milk chocolate. For my chocolate bunny. When I made my shaker treat holders, I really wanted to make a chocolate bunny, and so that actually led to the making of this card right here. So there he is. I'm laying that in. You can see the frame fits right into that egg opening, so that's perfect. And now that this is laid in place, I can inlay the pink parts for the ears and glue those down, and then the little paws we're going to save off to the side because I thought it'd be really cute to have my bunny hold something. So we're going to wait for that and bring in the Peep Show die set. There's also stamps, of course, that make the peeps, but I'm going to use just a die to cut one out from yellow fun foam to be a little cupcake topper. He is so cute. Oh my word. And he looks just like a marshmallow cut from fun foam. So I wanted to make this sugared. So I'm taking some of my crafty glue friend, putting it onto a scrap of window sheet, spritz a little water and mix it up. And then I can paint this right onto the fun foam and then add some glitter. And what glitter works best? Rock candy, of course. This is just clear glitter. There is no iridescent shine to the glitter, so it really makes it look like sugar. And then this fun foam actually had adhesive on the back, but I don't trust it. So I have to add a little glue and also backing for the face. I just took a scrap of that dark brown cardstock and put it back there because the face on a Peep is actually brown. So I thought, you know, I had to put that there. I didn't want to just stick it down without it. So there he is. We'll let that dry and work on another treat for this card. Oh my word, this might be my favorite part. So I took some oxide sprays. This is squeezed lemonade on some light yellow cardstock. And you can see how you can see the like pattern of the spray on there, the speckles. And then I have worn lipstick on light pink cardstock, and then Salty Ocean on light blue. And now we let that dry for just a minute, and I'm going to bring in my vintage photo distress ink. I'm going to squish that little pad down onto a sturdy piece of plastic, spritz it with water, and then I'm going to splatter these. So it's really subtle, but it's going to give it a little bit of that vintagey vibe with that brown splatter, and then white splatter over the top. Oh my word, these are my favorite little backgrounds, but they have to dry. So while they're drying, I'm going to do a sentiment with the EGGstra stamp set. So this has this great saying, "You're extra special." I'm going to ink it up with embossing ink and stamp that down on my light blue paper. And then I can emboss it. Now the embossing powder I'm using is from Wow, and it is the United powder. It has like blue glitter and yellow embossing powder mixed together. So it's going to give me that speckled look that I love. And by the way, this is a part of a collection of embossing powders that Wow has been selling to support the efforts in Ukraine. So it's also for a good cause, and it's beautiful. And I think it goes so well with today's card. Now, this particular stamp set has dies to cut out each one of the words separately, which is perfect for my card because I needed to stagger them. So I die cut them out and pop them up, and the bunny is going to hold the word special. And then this card says, "You're extra special." I love the little pause there. Some of us are just extra, which, I could be from time to time. And then my little bunny gets to hold that with his paws, and I think it's so cute. So this die set has these egg shapes. They do cut out stamped eggs, but you can also use them separate. So I use the largest one and die cut out 2 each of those speckled eggs. They look like Cadbury mini eggs, which is my favorite Easter treat. If you've not tried them, they're like a crunchy candy shell with milk chocolate on the inside. They do have them in dark chocolate too, and they're just delish. So there's my mini eggs, and now we need to work on the inside of the card. But don't worry, I'm going to come back to the front because I need a little more detail there. Okay, so for the inside, I took my light pink cardstock, sprayed it and splattered it with worn lipstick, the mustard seed, and salty ocean. I was really feeling the spray and splatter look for this project today. So there it is. It looks so fun, and I kind of left the bottom more empty on purpose because I wanted to add something there, and that's a chocolate bunny. This is the chocolate bunny die set. It has 3 pieces: the bunny, the bow, and a little eye. And so I die cut my bunny from brown, and then it's going to be milk chocolate, and the bow from the speckled paper. And since I had it out, I thought I would take the little die and die cut out some little eggs also for the inside. And now you can see I've got some splatter on my hands, and eventually that splatter ends up getting on my chocolate bunny. It's very sad. But I just went with it. I just went with it. So you'll see. And I might have to do a new one. I might. We'll see. But there he is. He's very cute. He looks exactly like a chocolate bunny, and I love that. I also have a video for this bunny where I put it in a little box on the front of a card. If you haven't seen that video, I'll have that one linked at the end of this video too. So 2 videos for you to watch after this one. Okay, next we have our Simply Sentimental Happy that I will use for my sentiment because there is the word Easter in this set. So you can choose which happy that you like and which font, stamp that, and then add the word Easter. I'm using VersaFine Onyx black ink so I can stamp over the top of that spray, which wasn't quite dry yet. It takes a while for those bigger splatters to dry, so I might need to be more careful next time so I don't get ink on my bunny. Yeah. All right. So that is the inside of the card. I went back with my, I think it's E25 marker and added some shadowing around the bunny where the embossed lines are, just like I did on the cupcake. And this really helped bring it to life. There's also embossed lines on the bow. So I did that, and I needed to darken up his pupil a little bit. So I put a dot there. That led me to thinking about adding it to the front of the card. I felt like those eggs just needed a little bit more detail. Everything else was shadowed, so I added some shadowing to that as well, and then also to the chocolate bunny shaker. I feel like you're going to take that chocolate egg and crack it open and put the sprinkles onto the cupcake. And then you can eat it. And then you eat the cupcake and the frosting and the peeps and the eggs. You're going to get sick, right? But it's all made from paper, so it's just lots of fun. So that is my card. I had so much fun making this. I love all the speckles in this card. That's just my favorite. Plus the sugary Peep makes me so happy. And I finally made a bunny egg shaker in chocolate. So that is my card for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video because I have so much fun sharing my creations with you, and I thank you for stopping by. I so appreciate all your comments and chatting with you in the comments section below. So leave me a comment, and all the supplies I used are linked for you down below as well. And I will see you all again very soon on the next video. Happy stamping! Bye!